back to our story, right where we left off. Huh?
May I present?
They present her, Mrs. Jonathan Frisbee, and he just explained that had she met the great owl, and Jen explains a little bit of his plan to his henchman. He apologizes the way he acted, and to meet her.
He's up to something. Hey, Mrs. Frisbee.
And great Nicodemus. Meanwhile, back home, Auntie Shrew didn't like the guest of Jeremy the Crow visiting them, and thinking he's part of the rats, but he doesn't know anything about the rats. She leaves them with the kids, and they untie him while he tries to explain in everything about their mother.
They're friendly. Good tonight. Safe. They're coming here to move your house. They're safe. Understand? Hey, the owl said they're good and smart. Get it?
You're right. He's a loony.
Oh, no. Oh, don't. You must. No, don't do this.
Thank you for shutting him up. Also, sucks to be him. Anyhow, meanwhile, back to the rat's home. She finally gets to meet Nicodemus, and we see what he looked like. And he tells her he already knows what her needs are. He offers her to look at the book, and it's also magic and it has beautiful sparkles. Because that's what they used to do back in the 80s. And her husband did make her know how to read. She knows how to read a little bit. And she realizes that her husband got murdered by Dragon the cat. And because he tried to drug the farmer's cat, Dragon. She was sad about it. But he tells her to look at the strange orb, of how they became small in the first place, that they were ordinary street rats and got captured by the man, end up in a laboratory where cute innocent animals are trapped, including the monkeys, the rabbit, and the dogs, for experiment. All 20 rats get injection and change their world, and the rats became intelligently smart. Most of them got sucked into the air to their doom. Most of them did escape, and thanks to Miss Frisbee's husband, that saved them all, and gives her the amulet for good. Meanwhile, Jenner explains about his evil plan.
The Frisbee house is a large cement block. In the moving, what if it should fall? An accident? Of course. Cut the lines, and the weight of it will crush his bones.
Evil.
It's risky. Once bit. What about just leave him to me?
I love that creepy echo sound. So now it's up to Miss Frisbee to drug the dragon cat, and oh, hi Jeremy.
Jeremy, listen. I need lots and lots of strings to move the block.
The block. Hey, I got strings. I've been saving them. Oh, sure. Red ones, blue ones, green, yellow.
Pay attention. Go get all the strings.
And he's focused on the sparkle because it's funny. And she leaves her clothes behind, and it's up to her to do it. She do it as quickly as possible before time runs out.
Mom, don't let the cat in yet. I've got a mouse. A mouse? Can I keep it? Can I? No, Billy. Put it outside.
Language! This is a kid's movie. Don't say that word. Justin, you should not be swearing in a kid's film. Anyways, back at home, they explain about the rats coming to their home, moving it, while they're still inside it. Anyways, back to the house. The farmer gets a phone call from them to break out that brush and take care of those rodents once and for all.
Yes, I know. You called about the rats.
Oh yeah, the company nimh that they were trapped in.
The trap sure don't work. Morning. Seems to be fine. No, you can bulldoze that rose bush right out of there. I want those rats exterminated. No, well, there's no charge. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you in the morning, huh?
Anyhow, it's up to her to make her epic escape. While she's doing that, they try to move the house. And Auntie Shrew kind of deserved that. She gets knocked out by one of her marbles,
Reaches midway.
while the evil rat Justin is making sure his planet will succeed, which does work. While Miss Frisbee is trying to escape, he cuts a rope and crushes Nicodemus in the progress, while the children were still inside. Unfortunately, Nicodemus is dead. Frisbee makes her escape at last. Where Jenner explains it's kind of unable to move the home, and they had to return to their lair.
Come, let's...
And Mr. H, as the children are fine, Nicodemus is dead, and they're all sad. But she tells them the news that Nim is coming to destroy them all. But Jenner refuses to listen. He starts attacking her and ready to cut her open until he seizes the stone, and they start fighting. And I gotta admit, we get to the most epic fight scene. And his henchman betrays him. And yes, there's actual blood. This is the most coolest fight scene ever.
You did it. You killed Nicodemus. That was no accident. Yes, I killed him.
And yes, he succeeded killing him. Anyhow, Justin defeats Jenner, and it's up to them to move from their own home and find a new one. But Jenner was about to finish him off with his final blow from the sword at him. His henchman throws a dagger right behind his back, ending him for good. anyhow, her home starts sinking down. The rats try to help, but and it was no use. But suddenly, the stone has magical powers, and she uses that to save her home and the children. And I gotta admit, it's awesome. So they finally moved their home, and Timmy's finally okay from the illness.
Well, you're not getting them.
And for Jeremy, he already missed it, and he already got a girlfriend. And the film comes to end, living happily ever after. Until we got number 2. Oh boy, we'll get to that one another time. And that was The Secret of NIMH. And I gotta admit, after nearly almost 40 years of this movie, it was totally worth talking about. After talking about Badge of the Woodpile Cat, not to mention Dragon Slayer and Space Ace. Same person. I gotta admit, this film is still one of the greatest films out there since 1982. Stories plain and simple, help them move their home from the cloud. All I can say is this film is really well animated, perfectly well done, good. The backgrounds, wonderful voice acting, and as long as they don't remake this into a live action movie, I'm alright with this original film being classically done blurb. It's great 2D animation film of all time, and it's very much the greatest film out there. It's both fantastic and well done made. It can be funny at times, feel as well, and kind of cute at most moments. I love the voice acting in it. I love every moment of scenes of this film being well animated. If you have kids, you can put this on for them as much as they can and enjoy this classically great film. Because I know I enjoyed this when I was younger. I mean, I did have a pet mouse before, or after watching this film, but not anymore. But all I can say is this film is worth $1 cheaper in yard sales, or buy it in most pawn shops like I do. So I give Secret of NIMH 2, being the greatest film out there, a 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys when I talk about another classic and childhood dream of all films out there since the 1960s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. These forgotten films out there. Catch you then. Have a wonderful time, mates. Adios.